Hey guys, hi, it's Lyndon with Massive Growth. In this video, we are going to talk about the book Atomic Habits. Okay, this has been a really beneficial book for me. I've read this in the last month, and really, if you want to change your habits, you want to build good habits, you want to know how to get back on track with your habits, how to install new habits and make them easy, well, this book is for you. I really recommend this book if you want to master your habits. All right, so I will share with you a few points that I've took for myself, made me reflect in this book, and I'm going to share with you now so that you can get also an insight about the book, what it's about, and if you will buy it or not. All right, so a first point that I've read in this book is the problem wasn't knowledge, the problem was consistency. So this phrase catch my attention because it is so true. Sometimes the problem is not knowledge. Okay, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you're not consistent with your habits, you are going to derail from your path. So you don't need to have a lot of knowledge to be great at things. You need just to be consistent about them. Okay, you don't need to be a super athlete, but you just need to be consistent by going to the gym every single day. Okay, you don't need to become a great piano player. You just need to practice every day, being consistent with it. That's what will make you great in the future. So really, knowledge is not a problem here. If you're consistent with an idea, it will manifest 1,000-fold in your life. This is why this phrase catch my attention. So a second point is we are more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying. Yeah, really. When you repeat something, it means that the first time you did it, you enjoyed it. So if you are trying to install new habits and find it difficult, maybe they are not satisfying enough, but you can make them satisfying. It teaches you how to in this book. When you make them satisfying, it becomes easier. For example, when you have a Coca-Cola, you want to drink again because the first time you had it, it felt good. It was satisfying for you. But if you try to quit smoking, it's not really satisfying now. But that's why it's hard to build this new habit. But there are ways that you can make bad habits unsatisfying so that when you build new habits, you make them satisfying. I hope I'm clear here, guys. So I'm not going to go deep in these topics because I really recommend that you read the book to learn for yourself, because the way when I read the book, what I absorbed, it will be different from what you absorbed when you read the book. This is why I recommend that you go through it if you want to build great habits. And the other point is pleasure teaches your brain that a behavior is worth remembering and repeating. Okay, when you do something and you feel pleasure, your brain knows that this habit, this practice is worth repeating. Okay, so it becomes a cue in your brain. When I go for a run, after the run I feel great. I feel really some kind of pleasure. So my brain really locked this cue to make myself know that, okay, when you go for a run, this is something that you will get pleasure from it. But someone else might not get that pleasure when they go for a run. They might get their pleasure by reading a book. They might get their pleasure by going shopping. So this is different for each one of us. So there you go, pleasure teaches your brain that a behavior is worth remembering and repeating. So your brain has a lot of things to do about your habits. The other point, what is rewarded is repeated. What is punished is avoided. We are habit creatures. So when you do something and you get rewarded for it, of course, you tend to do it again. This is an idea that has been applied in business, in sports, and because we are animals, right? We are some kind of advanced animals. So when we get rewarded, we want to do it again. We want to be rewarded each time. So this is a behavior that we tend to continually do when we get rewarded. So when you at work, if you do a great job and you get rewarded for it, you want to do a great job all the time. All right? But when we find ourselves in trouble, okay, we've been punished for the behavior or the habits, then we try to avoid it. This is how your brain works. But some people, they continually do the wrong habits, they continually get punished. So this is a circle that you don't want to explore, I'm telling you. Okay, the other point, consequences of bad habits are delayed while the rewards are immediate. When you are practicing a bad habit every day, you won't feel the consequences now. You will feel the consequences, the disaster, in 5 or 10 years, or maybe before. But it's delayed. The consequences are delayed. And on the reverse, when you do good habits, okay, when you do great habits, you feel instantly happy. You feel instantly great. But bad habits, you feel great also in the moment, but the consequences will come later. The big crash. Okay, when you try to install a new habit, missing once is an accident. But if you miss twice, it may be a start of a new habit. Okay, when you miss once, that's okay, that's acceptable. But when you try to miss again and again, it means that you've made a choice and that you're building the habit of missing on things. You don't want to be that guy. The other point, you can miss a habit once, like I said, in a while, but successful people get back on track fast. This is how the great athletes, the great business person, and the most successful person in the world, they do. They have this habit. They can derail off track once, but they get back fast because they have no time to lose. They know if they miss once, they miss twice, it's going to be hard to get back on track later. This is why they want to miss only once, so that they get back on track very fast. Okay, finally, when you pick the wrong habits, life is a struggle. How true? When you look at people that have bad habits, whether it's drinking, smoking, taking drugs, stealing, swearing, all these people, really, if they do these things, they are making their body, their mind become painful. It means that they are struggling in life. And their struggle comes from the bad habits that they've installed. On the contrary, if you start to install new habits, your life will become better and better, and you will feel awesome. It won't be a struggle anymore. So your habits determines how happy or how sad, how in pain you are right now. Well, there you go, guys. I hope you will take the time to research on this book, The Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is something that I recommend. And if you want me to cover any topics, if you like this video, please leave a comment, let me know about it, and thumbs up. It's Lyndon Smith. I'll see you next time.